This video is about ratio. Ratio is used in lots of places in real life. For example, here is the recipe to make concrete. You need 1 part cement, 3 parts sand, 3 parts aggregate. We usually write that as a ratio like this, 1 to 3 to 3. Ratios are similar to fractions because they split things up into smaller pieces. So all of the concrete is going to be made up of 1 part of cement, 3 parts of sand and 3 parts of aggregate, which is stones. What about if you need twice as much cement or twice as much concrete? What you do is you change the ratio. But to change the ratio, you've got to do it properly. You need to multiply all of the numbers by the same number. So I'm going to multiply all these numbers by 2, and I'll get 2, 6, 6. That means that for every 2 shovels of cement, I need 6 shovels of sand and 6 shovels of stone or aggregate. Sometimes you need to simplify your ratios. So if I'm going to simplify a ratio, I need to make the numbers smaller. So here's a ratio, 4 to 6 to 10. If I divide all of those numbers by the same number, let's do it by 2, I'll get 2 to 3 to 5. Here are some questions for you to do. What you should do is simplify these to the smallest equivalent ratios. Now turn the video off and pause the video for a short time while you work out your answers. When you're ready, you can put the video back on again to play, and I will show you my answers. Here are my answers. What you should do is check your answers and see if they're right. If they're not right, you can watch the rest of the video to see how I worked it out. You'll notice over here, I've done the last answer 2 different ways. We've got the same answer. So they're both correct. So pause the video now while you check your answers. So let's work these out. In the first ratio, I've got 30 to 10. A number that goes into both of those is 10. So I'm going to divide them both by 10. Just writing it there so you know which one number I used. 30 divided by 10 is 3. And 10 divided by 10 is 1. In the next question, I can divide them both by 9. So we'll divide them by 9. Divide both numbers by 9. 27 divided by 9 is 3. 9 divided by 9 is 1. That's the same ratio as the first question. The next one, I've got 3 numbers. I need to divide 33, 12 and 18 by the same number. So I'm going to divide them all by 3. 33 divided by 3 is 11. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 18 divided by 3 is 6. For the last question, they're quite big numbers, and sometimes you might actually not know the biggest number that divides into them. The best number for these is actually 20. If I divide 40 by 20, I get 2. And if I divide 60 by 20, I get 3. If I divide 100 by 20, I get 5. But don't worry if you actually use a smaller number, you can keep going like fractions. So, for example, if I've got 40 and 60 and 100, and I divide them both by 10 to start off with, I'll get 4 to 6 to 10. I can keep going though, because I can then divide all those by 2. So divide by 2, I'd get 4 divided by 2 is 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I still get to the same answer, it just took me a couple of steps instead of doing it in one step. And that's okay, because we just want to get the right answer, which is 2, 3, 5.